This has been a real special week for the Boston Marathon. I don't know if you guys have been following it, but on Monday, something happened that has not happened in 33 years. It was 33 years ago when a woman marathoner from the US actually won the marathon, and it actually happened again on Monday when Desi Linden, 34 years old from Michigan, actually competed in what was treacherous elements, gusty winds of 10 to 20 miles an hour, really cold temperature in the low 30s, as well as just absolutely wet weather. And she was able to overcome those elements and win the entire marathon. It's essentially even more impressive if you factor in that she was not supposed to be in contention, and she had such a bad start to the race that in the first couple of miles, she was contemplating actually quitting the race. So as I was reading about her story, there were three things that stood out to me. Number one, as committed, as dedicated, as disciplined as Desi was, it took a big team of folks. It took a lot of coaches, her support structure, her running partners that really enabled her to propel to the next level. Number two, given the elements while everybody else was looking at the obstacles and worried about how are they going to overcome it, Desi looked at it as an opportunity to be able to get an advantage of potentially some of the faster competitors out there. And number three, even though early on in the race at mile 3, mile 4, she was thinking about quitting, she actually talked to one of the fellow marathoners from the US, and she said, look, I'm going to continue so I can support you, but at some point I'm going to fall out of the race. As she kept going, she got stronger and stronger, and the rest, as they say, is history. Digital transformation for our customers has similar parallels. The journey seems treacherous. There's going to be a lot of obstacles. But if you have the trusted advisor, if you're aligned with the right partners, you will successfully make that journey. Our customers, the market is looking at some of these mega trends that are going on in technology. These mega trends are cloud, mobility, IoT, security, AI. If you leverage these mega trends, you can successfully make this digital transformation, and AT&T sees this. As a matter of fact, what I'm going to walk you through is our investment and our focus and how we want to make sure that we capitalize on the opportunity that exists in the marketplace. By the way, we think it's huge. Now, the investment in the portfolio, investment in those trends is only part of the equation. We would fail miserably if we didn't address the second part of it, and that is our distribution strategy. It is fantastic that Art went before me and Jay went before me, and they were able to articulate the case for us. Jay told us that 65% of the decisions that are being made are not being done in IT. They're actually being made in the business. Art told us that this is all about outcomes. This is all about business outcomes. This is not about selling a product. This is not about selling solutions. Customers are looking for outcomes. So as AT&T thinks about its distribution strategy, one of the things that we're cognizant of that we cannot be prideful, we cannot be arrogant, we need to have a robust, highly invested, very attractive channel strategy, and that is exactly why AT&T has doubled, tripled down on their indirect strategy. We believe we need to have maximum amounts of points of presence in the marketplace. We want to make sure that our services are included in as many solutions as possible. That means we have to be more channel friendly than ever. So what I'm hopefully going to be able to showcase to you is that our investments are in the right place. This is a big opportunity for us. We are heavily invested in the channel. And for you, hopefully, the case would be clear that we are the partner that you want to align with if you want to take advantage of what is out there. So let's start. Let's talk about how we view the world, what are these investments, and what are some of the trends that we see in the marketplace. It all starts with fiber for us. When we have fiber in the building, we are able to give you the menu of those robust, highly secure, reliable connectivity services that your customers are looking for. They have the characteristics of being able to scale them, provision them in an on-demand manner. Also, when we have fiber in the facilities, we're able to pass on the cost economics to you that make you stand out in the market from a financial standpoint. We also make the customer experience in provisioning those services pretty seamless. Also, that fiber strategy is really important because what's coming, what we believe is game changer, is 5G. And 5G requires us to have much, much denser cell towers, fiber going to small cells, and fiber is going to be very, very central to that strategy. I'll throw a stat out your way. We have 8 million businesses in the US where we either have fiber or it's within 1,000 feet of a fiber-lit building. 8 million. That is more than 2 times our nearest competitor. So we're all in with fiber. We're going to continue to make the investments. Now, these fiber assets don't mean anything. It doesn't matter if you've got fiber at the facility. If your network is old and stodgy and it cannot respond in the manner that we need them to respond in a cloud-first, SaaS-first type world. So AT&T is fundamentally looking at transforming its network. I'll throw some more stats your way. In the last 10 years, traffic on our network has increased 250,000%. Let me repeat, 250,000%. We expect that traffic in the next 5 years at a minimum to go 10x. You cannot go and build a network in a linear manner when the demands on your network are exponential. And they're only going to grow. You guys know this. We're constantly looking at more and more bandwidth, and that trend is not going to stop. That is why fundamentally we're changing our approach where we used to just throw more and more hardware, more switches, more routers, more firewalls in proprietary boxes with proprietary software out there to solve the problem, because it takes weeks and months and it takes years to get those things tested out in labs. We are decoupling hardware from software. We're implementing white box hardware. All of these functions like switching, routing, firewall are going to exist as software in a virtualized manner on these boxes. What does that do? Now we can upgrade our network within hours and days. We can get features out to the network in the same amount of time. What does it mean for the customer? So if the customer has fiber in the building and the services are delivered on an SDN network, you can deliver high-speed services to these clients within minutes and hours. So think about the business velocity impact of that. That sets us up for what we believe is a game-changing technology, which is 5G. If you guys were at CES or if you read some of the excerpts of the CES conference, the Qualcomm CEO said 5G is going to be the next electricity. We believe it. 5G is going to be game-changing, and 5G is not just about another G, even though the speed is going to be measured in multiple gigabytes. So imagine that. Speed in multiple gigabytes on a wireless connectivity network. What is game-changing about 5G is the fact that in all our trials, we are seeing round-trip latency that is in the single digits, in the high single digits. Think about that for a second. MIT scientists said that the human brain, when it looks at an image, takes 13 milliseconds to process it. We are seeing 5G latency at 9 milliseconds in our test markets. Think about what that unleashes. AR, VR, let's even forget about the fact that this becomes a viable replacement to any of the wireline infrastructures. All of these technologies that are limited by the processing power that exists in the device are going to be unleashed because 5G also brings with it the edge computing capabilities, where all the compute is going to be essentially taking place in these cell nodes where they're going to be like mini data centers. So now a car, instead of having a mini data center essentially in its trunk, all of those capabilities, all of those compute abilities are going to exist in the cell towers and small cells. We believe that is game-changing. By the way, you might say 5G is so far away. Why are we talking about it? It's not. We have announced that we're going to be the first mobile 5G provider this year, and we're going to release service in 12 different markets. So stay tuned. 5G is coming. 5G is here. 5G is going to lead to the explosion of edge devices. We have been in the IoT business for more than a decade when it was called machine-to-machine. We have 38 million devices connected to our network. We are continuing to invest in this IoT space. We know our partners are very interested in making this pivot. However, there are not enough tools out there to help them do it. It just still seems like a very much large, tough to tackle subject. What we've done at AT&T is given you a lot of the tools. As a matter of fact, one of the things that we announced this week was the IoT Playbook, which is a practical guide for you to have use cases, tools, resources that we've identified to help you make the pivot into that business. So We believe IoT is going to be huge this year. I believe that's a big part of the theme of this conference, and you're 100% aligned with our strategy with going big in IoT. Finally, none of that stuff matters if you cannot put a secure wrapper around it. AT&T on our network sees about 200 petabytes of traffic a day. If I was in front of you last year and we were talking about this, I would tell you that we had 137 petabytes on our network. So in a year, we've increased almost 50%. Now that the single petabyte of data is, if we cloned the DNA of every single person in the world, 2 times over, that's essentially 1 petabyte. So we have 200 petabytes traversing our network every single day. What happens when you have that much traffic on your network? You see every single one of the viruses, bots, all the bad guys, and whatever they unleash very early on. AT&T has deployed machine learning capabilities, AI capabilities in the network, where not only do we identify these, we remedy these, we make these available to our customers. Finally, AT&T also has a very large and robust ecosystem of security providers. So as our partner, you would have access to all of those services as well. So my ask for you with all of those trends is hopefully you realize that, and I think both of the speakers prior to me made the case that the world is changing. Technology is moving at a pace that we've never seen before. It is more important than ever, as you guys being trusted advisors to your customers, to keep up with those technologies, and we can help you there. I'm also hopeful that I made the case that AT&T has a strong point of view where the world is going. We have a clear vision, and we're making investments to make sure that if you align with us, it's going to propel your business to the next level. So I can stay up here and I can blather on and on about all of the great things that we're doing, but I would really like for us to welcome a couple of people that will bring it all to life for us. So Sarah mentioned in the Alliance channel some of the things that our partners love about that channel is the fact that you have access to the world-class portfolio of AT&T. Partners also love the fact that if they chose to, they can work very closely with the direct team. So I would like to welcome to the stage my peer, Chris Percy, who's the Vice President of Enterprise Select Clients at AT&T, as well as Kev Tamayan, who is the CEO of L3 Networks, one of our longest-standing solution providers, and they'll bring this all to life for you. Thank you.
Kev, you want to introduce yourself?
Hey, good morning, everyone. I'm Kev Tamayan. I'm a partner with L3 Networks. We're a managed solution provider located in Cerritos, California, and we provide a broad range of services from IT management to cloud transformation. In addition, we've been partnered with AT&T as a solution provider for over 17 years. And that partnership is, I think, today stronger than it's ever been, and we're very happy to be here to talk to you about it today.
Great. My name's Chris Percy. I'm the National Vice President for what we call Select Accounts. So I manage a direct sales force of 600 sellers across the country. We basically have about $4 billion in revenue for 56,000 customers, mainly in middle market. So you got to ask yourself, why is a direct VP for AT&T here at Channel Partners? Well, it's really simple. We want to be very channel friendly. We are investing. We're here to partner. And we really, we call it double bubble. If you partner with us and we're side by side with our solution providers, our sellers and you get the same compensation. So why wouldn't my team use a solution provider, the channel, to help deliver a better business outcome for our customers? We have all the tools. You heard Z talk about all of the great solutions that we have to deliver business outcomes. We want to partner and be very channel friendly to go big and bold. I want to share an example that Kev and his team and my team sold with a company called Western Dental. They're out of Southern California, 250-site network that we just completed implementation. And so I'll let Kev walk through that deal. It was a great partnership between our teams.
So as a solution provider, as Chris says, we're very fortunate to be able to partner with his sales organization. And in the case of Western Dental, we partnered with one of the local sales teams and engaged with the customer. Let me give you a little background on Western Dental. They were founded back in 1903 as a single office dental practice in Los Angeles, California. Today, they're the largest dental practice management company on the West Coast with over 250 locations in Arizona, California, and Nevada. When we engaged with Western Dental, it was very early on in the process, so we went in as a shared team between AT&T and L3 Networks, and we engaged with the customer. The collaboration continued throughout the entire engagement with the customer and continues today. We met with the customer to understand their business requirements, how they wanted to transform their technology, and what their vision was for the dental office of the future. As we sat with the customer and designed this network together, we ended up delivering a secure, managed Ethernet network with integrated voice and mobility solutions that really supports the customer's future vision of that dental office. We went through the process of technical design with the customer together. We used our combined efforts for the provisioning and project management, and we both provided the technical resources to the customer to assist them in the technical implementation and the integration into the rest of their network. At the end of the day, we delivered this project to the customer on time and on budget. The key to this whole thing is really the partnership. When we go in and talk to a customer together, we're so much stronger, and we create so much stronger bonds with the customer. As Chris says, this relationship and this partnership is end-to-end with AT&T, from the feet on the street all the way through the executive office. So we get full support across the entire spectrum of AT&T. And the benefit to the customer at the end of the day is they get a much greater support model. The support model is truly enhanced, and I think the customer experience is enhanced. And with that, with Western Dental, we've created a really solid long-term relationship with the customer, and we continue to support them together to provide them with their future growth needs. Chris was actively involved in this customer also, and he's provided great executive leadership for us.
Yeah, we went out and met with the CIO, and I asked him, how are we doing? And he says, you're ahead of schedule, and you're on budget. And couldn't be happier. And we had two other solutions from security and another business application for marketing that we're now looking to sell and implement. So we're better together to provide a trusted advisor business outcome for customers. We are investing in being very friendly. There is no deal registration in my patch. We're 100% opportunities. Love to engage with you on how you can help us grow our businesses together. And we're really excited about what's in store for us with the partnership and the investments that we're making in our networks to help you grow your business and help your customers. Thank you.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Fred.
So what a fantastic story, right? Leverage the portfolio, clients going through a big transformation, leverage the entire portfolio to not only sell them primary network, backup network, introduce some diversity in there with mobile, layer on with some cloud voice, cloud security services, as well as having preliminary conversations around IoT and additional cloud services. So fantastic story of how a collaboration resulted in a number that was much, much greater than 2 for a 1 + 1. Great. So the next speaker that I want to invite up is one of our best clients from AT&T Partner Exchange. So as you heard, AT&T Partner Exchange is a different model. It is a unique reseller model where we marry the components of what a best-in-class resale service looks like and add a lot of the tools and technology on top of it. Avi and team have been leveraging a lot of our tools, from APIs to real-time status monitoring. And as you guys know, we've talked a lot about business velocity and enablement of business velocity of our customers. Enablement of that velocity for you guys is also central to our success. So I'm going to ask Avi to come up and talk to us a little bit about what we do together. Please welcome Avi.
Easy. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Is that the buttons?
That is it, Avi. So would you mind telling us a little bit more about Airspring?
Absolutely. Well, first of all, thank you, Z, for inviting me up, and thank you for the opportunity. For those who don't know about Airspring, we are a nationwide, privately held managed services provider. And the way we operate is we combine the power of the AT&T network with many applications and services that are our own and are managed end-to-end fully for our customers. And so what that looks like is everything from voice to unified communication, managed networking, managed security, and of course SD-WAN. And our goal is to pull that all together for our customers and give them a true end-to-end solution, usually involving multiple locations across the country. We've been 100% channel focused from the very beginning. This is our 17th year, and over that time we've had a really strong commitment to empowering our partners for success. So the partners in this room are who we work for every day and where we focus our attention. We've had a very strong relationship with the AT&T Partner Exchange. It's a relatively new entity within AT&T, for those who've not heard of it. And we're very glad to say that we've been there from the very beginning for over 5 years now as a Platinum Elite partner. I think one of the key differentiators of the AT&T Partner Exchange is that from the very beginning, they identified that what's going to drive this forward is going to be automation, it's going to be tools, it's going to be ways so that we are empowered as a partner to do what we need to do quickly and rapidly. The other thing, if any of you have met with the AT&T Partner Exchange team, they are an incredible team. It's an entrepreneurial attitude. It really has a startup feel to it. And of course, we're seeing that spread with Z's leadership throughout all of the different divisions. But they have a can-do attitude. I really love this team, and it's refreshing. I've been in this industry a long time, and I can tell you that I'm enjoying the innovation, especially at AT&T.
So fantastic. Thank you for that, Avi. Really appreciate it. We definitely appreciate the partnership. Would you mind sharing with everybody here some of the enablement tools, some of the APIs that we've put out there that you've been leveraging to enable this unprecedented business velocity?
Yes, absolutely. So what I wanted to focus on today was just how we are using the APIs that AT&T has developed. Now, we realized a long time ago that in order for Airspring to succeed, we're going to have to enable our partners. And so we've been investing now for 12 years in a platform that we call QuoteSpring. It's our proprietary real-time quoting engine. And our partners are not only able to quote in real time, but they can actually generate order paperwork right out of the system immediately. And that obviously speeds up the sales cycle. But we were really, really excited when we heard that AT&T was going to actually be opening up and developing these APIs. For a company the size of AT&T, that is a big deal. I can tell you, we work with many carriers out there. This is big news. And so the minute we heard that, we developed a full set of integrations with the complete set of AT&T APIs. And so today, we are in the position to be able to quote real time using these APIs across the entire set of AT&T products, whether it's fiber, broadband, DSL, and obviously as we move into the wireless and IoT space. It really is, if you think about it, an incredible feat by AT&T. With a company that size, they stood up these APIs, I think was something within 9 months from beginning to end. They were actually able to get this entire data set available through these extensible APIs. They also developed a portal. It's called their AT&T portal, and we use it for all of the other functions like streamlining order submission. We do our tracking in there, and it's really been a great boon for all of our back office people because it decreases the need to call AT&T. Every time you have to pick up that phone, that costs money, and now we can essentially speed up this entire process.
Thank you very much, Avi. Really appreciate it. Appreciate you sharing the perspective with us and appreciate the partnership. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you very much.
Okay. All right, in closing, I am going to finish where I started. So hopefully, you guys see our strategy, you see our vision, and you're convinced that we're investing in the right places and it's a tremendous opportunity. Hopefully, I've made a case that we have to be invested in the channel. This is not just a hobby. This is just not an experiment. This is something that is existential for us. That's why we're doubling down on our channel strategy. Finally, we're a program that does not force you to do business with us on our own terms. We actually give you a lot of options to decide how you want to do business with us. So please come check us out. We have our booth. We also have several events. Would love to see you guys. Would love to start talking about how we partner together. Thank you very much.